What is up, guys? It's Mason once again, and we are continuing our Improve Our Chess series. I don't know if I'll post this video before the previous one because I had another Scandinavian game. So I don't know. You see which one comes out first. Okay, my opponent is going to play this style. And we can always play my favorite line in the Jobava London, which is like this. And you normally get a very nice queenside attack. Now c6, I think maybe I have to go and research that line. Of course, it does open up ideas of this. There are times the opponent does go queen to c7 and then play e6. So there are a myriad of ideas. I can't play this to kind of mitigate this, sorry, to slow down this idea, because I can castle queenside and then push here. Knight here indicates he's possibly going to play pawn push. In which case, how do I do this? If I castle queenside here and he plays pawn push, pawn takes, bishop takes is not really a mistake because I can play this. And if knight takes, this is a win. Castling queenside must just be the thing. It's a bit tricky because I might miss something, right? So castles queenside if e5 takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, if knight takes, that's checkmate. So after bishop takes, you could try and play bishop here to pin my queen to my king. I in that case have f4, and the point of that is if he takes with his bishop, I take with my bishop and I'm still fine. So I think castling queenside is fine. That's the idea of the open. I could play other things, to be frank, but I want to kind of like help my opponent have this sort of passive position. This move, the only thing I worry about concerning this move is the knight coming in here. The ideas still remain the same. I think there's nothing really scary so far. I still have to keep eye on this position. I don't want the knight to instantly come in here and cause me problems. Coming in here to try and fork, or coming in here to attack my bishop. Okay, so we are still getting the standard lines. Nothing has actually changed. So you see this kind of pattern happening in like most of my games. You see, especially when this structure is played, this is the style I play. There are many different ways you can play it, but this is the style I choose. So queen here, if he's going to like take his time, he might play like rook here, and then he plays e5. So after pawn takes, he has this kind of idea. So I have 1, 2, and he has 1, 2. If that's the idea he's going to go for, there are many ideas he can go for, but if that's the idea he's going to go for, then I'm going to go h4, h5, because that's what I want to do. An interesting thing is that you actually want to capture with your rook, but I'm not really an expert on those lines. I have a cold, so that's why I'm sniffing a lot, but hopefully I'll be fine in some days to come. And I hope you guys are enjoying, especially the Improve Our Chess videos. I'm trying to do some analysis and I'm trying to do some other lesson-based content. I'm working on something. And when it comes out, it'll come out. But I'm working on something hopefully to help beginner to maybe about to enter the intermediate. He shoots with this first. This gives me the idea of taking first. I don't think I should allow him to take. I can take first, king takes, pawn push. I could still play pawn push, allow him to take. Play takes, he takes. I can't figure it out there. So I'm looking at takes. If knight takes, I do have this move. But if you remember, that's a mistake I normally make. So after takes, if he takes with his knight, I have to play bishop takes first. Then after king takes, then I play f4. Fortunately, my knight is in my bishop is in the prime position. Actually, not really prime. Maybe I can just take knight takes and then I play pawn push. That might just be better. There's a lot of things to think about. If I want to go for my plan is to trade off this pawn, take here and then get queen check and play the position from there. So if pawn takes, that is completely fine. I just continue my idea. So pawn takes is not that big of a deal for me. But pawn takes, knight takes, because these two knights sort of like defend themselves on this square. So pawn takes, knight takes, bishop takes, king takes. Do I just play this? Or do I play f4, allow the knight to come in here, then play takes, then after king takes, then play pawn push? Or play takes, then after knight takes, I can play this move. If the knight jumps in here, I have pawn push. I think this might be the way to go. I don't expect him to take with his pawn. I think taking with his pawn is the worst option. I think he's thinking about this. So now rook. Even if he plays rook, I don't see the point, right? Because even if you play like rook here and you jump your knight back, I'm just going to take your rook. I don't see the point. So takes. Again, that move does nothing. Okay. So we are winning, but I don't know how we do it. Check here leads to nothing because of this bishop, so I don't want to allow that. How do we get what we are looking for? We can start off with this. This is a winning position. I just have to win it, you know? I'd like to play this and this. I think that might work. Actually, no, the queen is in a very nice position. I'm not taking note of that. So here, if bishop comes in, I can take knight takes, and I don't see the benefit. I could play this, which allows this. Yeah, so here he comes in here. Maybe I have to play my knight here. My queen here, sorry. And then play this move with the idea of attacking this. I could also decide to play it this way so that my knight doesn't block it. So maybe here is correct. I think if he takes here, it's a mistake. So here, if he takes, I take, he takes, then I jump in here. But I don't know about this move. Okay, so bishop can take, but that's fine. If bishop takes, I'll be very happy because, like I said, I want my bishop here. So even though I was kind of like beating him up on this queen c7 move, it's actually doing a very good job for my opponent. He might actually go for the bishop takes because it prompts, like, it frees up his back rank. And maybe I played too rash. I still think I'm better. I don't doubt that. I still think I'm better, but it just feels like it's a lot more work. I thought this was a mistake. Because oh, okay, I think I see what I missed. Yeah, because if I play takes and then the knight comes in here and I come in here. Oh, actually, there's a problem now. Bishop check. Now there's nothing allowing him. So bishop check. My opponent might have to go this way. Knight here. If he takes, I don't. Wait. Yeah, that's just it. That's just the move. Yeah, that's basically just the move. I don't know why I was thinking so much. My queen just takes. So he has to sacrifice his bishop, right? Unless, of course, I'm dreaming the position. He has to sacrifice his bishop. Because the moment you move here, this is just mate. So he has to sacrifice his bishop and then allow me to win this. Yeah. Okay, that's it. It's mate. It's not mate. Oh, that sucks. Yes. Quick and easy. Yeah, it is mate. I don't know why I forgot that this is just met with queen takes. Yeah. Quick and easy. And I'm sure, I don't recall if those videos are still there, but you'll notice that this is a very common idea I play, and it's usually very successful. Of course, there are times when my opponents do play very well and really counteract everything. So let's go, since we are only on the 10th, 11th minute, we're going to go move by move. And I'll try and explain this a little bit. So normally when my opponent plays this move, it's very annoying because they kind of fight against the main idea the London system tries to go for, at least one of the main ideas, which is the knight jumping into e5. So play normal moves, just trying to prevent my opponent from gaining any control here. If you can imagine this, I just take here and I win a pawn. So this is useless stuff I'm talking about. But okay, so now when they play g6 and they give you the chance to take over the center, you do that and then get your knight in. So this kind of resembles a Jubava, except that this pawn is not on e3. c6 is not, I mean, mostly they just try and challenge you, or they play like their knight in here, or knight c6, any one of those. Yeah, queen forming a battery and also preparing to castle queenside. Of course, you don't necessarily have to if your opponent doesn't give you the leeway to do it. So the reason I castled here, again, doing the calculation, take. I think I missed this. Yes, thank goodness I didn't make this mistake. So I didn't calculate it well. What I was calculating was the fact that my opponent could try this, but then, like I said, this is just fine. And if also he takes here, this is just mate. So my calculation was completely wrong. I just kept on exempting the bishop. Now, the reason I kept on exempting the bishop is because usually I was calculating from memory and not from the position. Usually your opponent has already played here. So I don't really have to think about this bishop, which is why my calculation was wrong. Anyway, so don't do that. Don't make that mistake. Look at the position objectively before you, as you are trying to link up with other positions you've played. Just try and remember what's on the actual board. So castles, and then he plays knight g to f6, which is the idea I said is often being played. So let's just, for some reason, let's just make a bad move and then allow this. It's not really a bad move, but takes, and you get my point here. If takes, then bishop here is kind of what I was talking about. Yeah. Okay, so knight jumps in, and now you go for the idea. Actually, you don't go for the idea now. You want to go h4, h5, but your opponent has to castle kingside first. So I wasn't going to go for that idea until I was sure where my opponent was going to castle. So I played a more defensive move because sometimes I get annoyed with my opponent coming in here. Ancient doesn't like it. Ancient feels like I've dropped a very big winning position, but I think it's fine. Castles kingside. Now I know, now I'm confirmed that he's going kingside, and now you play the move bishop to h6. The aim is to trade off and get your queen here. And mostly you don't have a pawn blocking this rook, so it normally comes in with a check. You should always also be aware of the fact that the bishop can come and create problems for you. So just like I was saying, the engine also doesn't agree. So here the position is 0.2, 0.4, but when it comes in here, it's a +1. So from my understanding, this move is very subpar. It doesn't really push the envelope to your opponent. Usually e5 is a very good combative move. Sometimes they go c5, very good combative move. But c6, queen to c7 is a bit slow. And now I get h4. E5 takes, and like I said, this is where I feel like you want to go. Your knight would want to come in here. So this is where I felt I would face most of my issues. But my opponent decided he wanted to go this way. And my guess, even though I think it's wrong, is that he wants to try and put pressure on me here, which, like I said, does not work, because after this, let's just for the sake of it say I allow you to come here. There is no win. There's no win for you in that line. So why would you want to go for it? You have to block with your bishop and then get checkmated. So why would you want to go for that line? It doesn't make any sense. So rather, my opponent plays very slowly. He plays very slow moves, and I just continue with my plan. Takes first, gives me lots of chance to mess with my opponent if he decides to play a very funny way. For example, if you try to take here first, I can try and do this, and after your king takes, then I have this, right? Play funny intermezzo moves. So he takes, and now queen comes in here with check. So this is a winning position, but I don't even know how I'm going to win it. The main issue I had here is this. This knight was providing defense for the bishop, which is why I wasn't so sure about how to go about this line in particular. I didn't know how to continue. So after this, I just decided to look for ways to put pressure here. The main issue I'm having is this knight would want to move, and is defended by the bishop, so it's fine. But I can't take, right? Normally the knight can't move because of the captures here, but because the queen is having a lateral defense, the knight can move. So how will I get like my knight to this position to keep putting pressure on my opponent one way or the other? And that's why I went here. I don't think this is a good move. I think this is quite slow. There may be much more secure moves. I could try to play this, which is slow. What else? I mean, I don't even know what. We'll check the review. I really don't know what more the engine would want me to do in this kind of position. Maybe the engine would rather prefer I go for the check, which I don't like. So I don't get it. We'll check the review because it's very difficult for me to find an idea in that position. It's either my knight goes here or my knight goes this way. I mean, but the whole aim is to get my knight here. So now, knight to h3, and again the same point persists. And now I can bring this guy and shimmy my queen back if I do so, please, right? But these I don't think make sense. And this is just a big mistake. This is a big mistake. It just allows me to do everything because it looks so obvious that you want to go like takes, and now your knight and your rook, like it's like everything is opening. Everything is opening for black. You're just going to go like takes or something. Like it feels like black is getting his position back, but you actually forget that you are missing very key squares that were once being defended. And that's what my opponent simply missed here. Takes, bishop takes, bishop check, and like I said, that was the wrong approach. Actually, I don't know, I said that was the wrong approach. That's the only approach. You could go this way, but then well, you get this whole ideology of what we're talking about. So here you can go this way if you want. I don't think the rook can take, right? The rook can take, yeah. So yeah, that's basically what I was looking at. Knight here, I don't think it works. I mean, I don't know what your opponent is going to do here. You're just going to enjoy winning a very simple and easy game. For example, you can take here if your opponent plays with the queen, then you're just going to enjoy yourself winning once more. I think. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that was basically it. So I really have to go and check on what to do in that scenario because I really didn't know what to do here. So let's go to the game review and take a look at this. I'm happy this game ended early. I've been actually having a very bad day of chess today. I played a lot of 5+0 on chess and lost quite a lot. So yeah, 61% accuracy. Let's skip all this part. The engine didn't like this move. I get why I didn't like it. It would have preferred that I do what? Striking in the center. Interesting. Okay, it's not a move I often play, but I think that's a good idea I can think about based on how my opponent played, and it's very slow. Because now if I take here, you have to respond some way somehow, and I think the weakening of your position here might be good. This may not be what the engine is actually asking me to do, but this weakening of the position makes a lot of sense, right? You can't dodge with your rook. You have to play this move. Your king is open here. Maybe I can keep pressing with this move. The point is, if you try and castle, we instantly win the game. So I think it's looking in those lines, but that's fine. Okay, so I think I've actually played a game in this line before with this pawn push. I'm not so sure when. But yeah, I think it's a nice idea. I'll take note of. And now on to the second thing I felt was of great importance. Takes the mistake. First was king takes g6. What? Best was taking the bishop now, allowing king to take. Takes. I mean, we'll get to almost the same position. Is the move order that important? because again, I don't get it. Anyways, I don't spend too much time in my guessing game. I want to just do what is more confirmed so that this video goes straight to the point and not more of me guessing. So now this is where, okay, the engine didn't like this. Again, I'm really shocked. Bishop takes, king takes, and then queen comes in here. King goes back, best move, and then knight goes in. So it actually preferred this. But is it with the same ideology? Because here, what do you do? I was looking at queen here. Was it here? I think I went queen here. Because queen 4 just allows this, right? And then and the second point should defend here. And then what? My opponent just goes back to knight f6. And then I jump here. I mean, is there anything else my opponent can do besides that? Let's say developing the bishop here. Since I want to get my bishop here, then you just play b4. Why is the knight trapped? No, it's not trapped. Okay, it goes back. Oh, okay. If he goes forward, it's bad. He's still losing a piece. Okay. Okay. Find a way to block this position so that I can get this. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. And now we just win the game from there. Okay. So we spent about 11 to 12 minutes on the analysis. I hope you guys love this video. I really enjoy your support in the improve our chess videos. I really love your support. I don't know exactly what videos you guys really do enjoy me doing, but if you prefer more analysis, if you prefer more game content, like, let me know your specifics, right? Let me know your specifics. I'll just keep churning out what I think is interesting, what I think will help out as well. I really want to start releasing educational content, but I've begun to realize that I can't just bring out anything. I could just speak from my mind, but I'm trying to actually write it down, and that's actually taking a lot more. I have to look for very good positions, or I have to look for positions at least that explain my thought process, or that explain the positions or the principles I'm trying to teach, which is why it's actually taking quite a bit of time. But I hope to get out some educational content very soon. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate seeing you or seeing your comments and your support. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great one. Peace.